Greetings, weary traveler. Come warm yourself by the fire and let us regale you with mighty tales, tales of adventure, tales of heroism, Tales of Tamriel. I am your host, Aggelos, and I am back once again with the one, the only, the not as good as my Sexplar and so tired he can barely sit up, Arkhaniir Silvershield. How are you, buddy?
I'm just glad I made it, and I'll let that one slide because I can barely speak, so this one I'm gonna let it slide until I wake up.
You know, we're actually we
we
switched spots from last week, because remember last week I was almost dead and you were the one who was awake. So we definitely went complete 180 on this one, and now I'm the one that's super hyper and you're the one who's tired.
See, I can never decide whether if it's better to not sleep at all before the show, or like sleep a couple hours. Or not just before the show, but before anything. Like,
no.
I could never decide it while I was a student either. It's just...
You know what? I understand that completely, because I'm going to tell you, I'm the same way. Because last night, I was pretty tired last night. I didn't work out, I didn't do anything like that. But I said to myself, you know what? I got home, I'm going to take a nap. I'm going to go ahead, I'm going to get some food right afterwards. I'm going to work out, and then I'm going to play my computer. And I'm like, I'm only going to sleep for like an hour, just 1 hour. Well, 3 hours went by. I woke up, and I'm like, I promised people that I was actually going to get online. So I'm like, I got to get online, but I don't feel like getting up. Oh, what should I do? So I got up, but I didn't work out. So, you know. Didn't do half of what I would have. And if I wouldn't have made a promise to people saying I was actually going to show up, I probably would have just went right back to sleep. So
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, like, I forgot what I was going to say when I started the sentence. Oh, God. This episode is going to be weird.
All right. I accept that. Well, hello, chat room as well. Welcome. Thank you so much for showing up on this Friday evening. Or at this point, no, it's just dead night at this point, because it's like 11 p.m. at night on a Friday. So thank you so much for showing up. We've got a fun show, I believe. We got a good bit of tales this week, because both of us have a good bit of time in the Elder Scrolls Online, as well as we've got some information about the Wolf Hunter, some more Wolf Hunter funness, and Murkmire. Yeah, about time, right? It's only been 3 years, or 4. 3. It's
4, yeah.
It's been a long time since we first heard about Murkmire, so that should be a lot of fun, I hope. All right, let's go. Oh, no. Slow down, Aggelos. Slow down. I almost forgot. We have new patrons. We have Nicholas and Patrick over on patreon.com/Dungeon Crawler Network, our newest patrons for this month. They are supporting us over there, bringing the torches, and we're bringing the fun. On top of that, I also had to note this entire month we've had 7 new Twitch subs, so that's pretty freaking awesome.
Nice.
Thank you so much for Samuel Sun, Artemis89, Quellic, Ishabu for 3 months in a row. Isha, thank you.
Isha is great. She supports like everyone I know everywhere. She's one of the pillars of community.
She is. She's fantastic. Anytime that I go online, she's there. And if she's not there, I actually start getting physically worried that she's like, is she not feeling well? Like, is something wrong? Anyway, Isha, Faruza, Suragard, and Bernie. That's what Bernie. He's gonna kill me. He's our Count in Chronicles of Illyria, and I know I mispronounced it because I keep calling him Count instead of his actual name. So all of them sub to us this month at twitch.tv/Dungeon Crawler Network, where we like to stream stuff. Mostly our podcast, but every once in a while, I do like to hop on and do some different games, mostly MMOs, sometimes The Witcher, stuff like that. I'm glad to see we got Golik in chat as well. He's questioning my time-telling ability, apparently. So, you know, that's a thing.
Yeah, he's my RL friend as well. Although he's used to this, because if we go out, we usually are awake at this hour together. So
Gotcha.
he should be fine.
Gotcha. Well,
He's got nothing to complain.
he's got nothing. He's been awake for hours. Now, I did check our iTunes, and I have not seen any movement on that iTunes for a while. So if you left us an iTunes review and we haven't shouted it out, send us a mail. Go to dungeoncrawlernetwork.com, hit contact us, and let us know where you sent it from, what region, etc. I would love to read it. So, but we haven't gotten any, especially from the U.S. store, in quite some time. So if you enjoy our show, definitely check that out. Also, I keep forgetting all these fun stuff. We are now on Player FM as well. So if you like to listen to your shows...
Can I just...
Yeah, go ahead.
Mess this up and stop you for a second. You know the Ouroboros Twitch crates?
Yes.
I just got a Century of the Scarlet Regret from one of those.
So what? Are you serious?
Yeah, I'm looking at it right now.
But
it's...
Dude, that is...
The dude gave me the 5th card, right?
Yeah.
The 5th card that he slides in, and I'm looking at it. The Century of the Scarlet Regret.
That
is this even possible?
Insane luck right there. Because I'll tell you what, I have never, ever even seen rare pet rewards from the Ouroboros Crown Crate. I always just thought of them as potions and stuff, and free gems.
Yeah, I didn't legit didn't think it was possible. Like, I didn't know these were in the pool of rewards from these crates.
I did not know that
either.
And
I got one. Oh man, I just wasted my lifetime of RNG.
Yeah, oh no, that's multiple lifetimes of RNG from that thing.
Just gone from now on.
I know it would be part of my tales, but since we're here, let me just pull this up here. I'm trying to find it for you. Hold on. Because I got crown crates today as well for the login reward. And I got something special for Ark as soon as I can find it. I'm scrolling through my mounts and I'm like, I don't see it. But I'm going to actually have to do this entire show this way, which is actually really funny because last show I hopped offline, and after the show, I hopped on the GAR and was running around on it. And I'm like, oh, this is cool. This is fine. And when I hopped on the game later, I was like, why am I on a Guar? I'm like, oh yeah, that's right. I was messing with Ark. That's right. That's why I'm on a Guar. Ah, there it is. The green Narcissus Guar. There it is. So I got that out of my crown crate. So I'm riding him right now just because I can. Yeah.
It's just another ugly Guar. Just with a fancy name.
Oh, my Guar. He's so cute. I'm going to name him Arkhaniir Silvershield. Just because I can.
Oh, come on.
Yeah. Shadow Sleepless Nights. That sounds like Ark. Thank you for the follow, mate. Much appreciated. That's awesome. And Ark, of course, is tired. All right, Ark, let's go ahead and just hop into the show. I think we've rambled long enough.
I kind of stopped you on your trucks while you were talking about where people can listen to the show, but it was just...
It's a new platform. It's a new platform called Player FM, so if that's something that you're interested in listening to, great. Also, we are in the midst of getting the show on Spotify as well. So it's just needs to be approved. Happy fun time, in which case then the show will be on Spotify as well. I don't know how long that process takes. Spotify is a weird beast, and I'm going to kind of get into a little bit of meta here for people. You may not care. Spotify recently opened up podcast. Now, they've been in beta testing for a while, like a couple years, but they weren't really opening it to anybody. It was only the big podcasts, like the Joe Rogan show, those kinds of shows that have been around that get 30 million subs or whatever. Golik, thank you for the follow. I'm surprised you didn't follow before. Golik likes Arkhaniir Silvershield. He does.
He likes anything that makes me angry.
Oh,
basically.
I see.
That's his thing.
Gotcha. Well, then he's gonna love this show. Well, anyway, so they were in beta for a long time. They recently just opened it up with some caveats. The caveats are they only really allowed it for people who host through specific podcasting hosts. We don't do that because I know how to run my own server, I guess. So we have our complete own server. I mean, it works for us because we have our guild website hosted off of it. We have, our podcast website hosted off of it, and all of our SQL database, our participation database, all that stuff is hosted off our website. And I'm not paying to have just podcast hosting, which is just podcast hosting, when, I can do it myself. Well, if you go through with a podcast host, it's easy. You go through your host and say, hey, by the way, here you go. I want to be on Spotify, and they do all the work. If you do it yourself, there's an application process. It's fun. It's not fun, but so it's a little bit more complicated. So that's what we are working on. But hopefully soon we will be on Spotify, because I know that's going to be a big platform as well. So much to the happiness of a lot of people, because I know I've gotten several messages about, have you considered going on Spotify and stuff like that? Because that would just be so easy, because I'm on it all the time anyway. So that is going to be something that we are indeed in the process of doing. Okay. It's time. Ark, what have you been doing in ESO this week? Well, actually, this week. We have done a show every single week now. I can actually say this week, because last week we did a show. Yeah.
Yeah, we did.
So it literally is just 1 week. Okay. Feels good. Feels good.
So, what I've been doing. All right, let me bring up my Tales.
All right.
And at least take a peek
hello to the Count himself, our liege lord in Chronicles of Illyria. How you doing, buddy? This is Arkhaniir, who I told you we're waiting on, because he's in Turkey.
That's me.
Yeah. Yeah, because I said we were doing a podcast at 11. He's like, why so late? I'm like, well, because my co-host is in Turkey. And it's either late for him, early for me, or late for me, early for him. So, fun times.
Yeah. So we kind of switch back and forth every few months.
Yep.
Ag starts waking up early, and it's like midday for me. And then we switch it up, and it's like a normalish time for Ag, and then I wake up at like 6 a.m.
Normalish time? So are you kidding? I'm normally in bed by 8:30. I'm old.
What?
I'm an old man. I just hit 32.
Oh, I keep forgetting. You are blessed with the ability of falling asleep whenever.
Oh yeah, no, I could literally fall asleep right now. Just be like, I'm done, and I'm out.
I mean, even tonight. In my case, even tonight, I had enough time to sleep for like 3.5 hours. I ended up sleeping like one and a half. So yeah.
Yep. Nope. I can literally, as soon as we're done with this show, I'm gonna hit end stream and literally just lay down. It's gonna be great.
Man,
you're so jealous too. I know.
To me,
you are so jealous.
Yeah, I am.
All right, Tales time. We gotta get back on topic.
Yeah. So obviously the DLC Wolf Hunter released, and the A team that I generally mentioned, the Drunkenborn's A team, which has enough DPS to skip boss mechanics all the time. We decided to, of course, jump in there and take on the fight. But this time, we wanted to do it without a healer. So 3 DPS, 1 tank, right? Veteran March of Sacrifices. Now, one of our DPS didn't show up. So we ended up going 2 DPS, 1 tank, no healer, into Veteran March of Sacrifices. Ooh. And we actually made it to the final boss.
You didn't have issue with the Imeric or whatever, the deer boss?
At first, yeah.
Okay.
But eventually, like, it took some time figuring it out.
Gotcha.
And once we did, we started to actually progress. Now, by the end of that boss, our healer actually showed up as well, Kimundi. And so we went into the final boss with a healer. which I realized we wouldn't be like there was no way we would have done it without a healer because it's so spread out and so chaotic. Were you able to finish March of Sacrifices?
Yes, March of Sacrifice is the one that we were able to finish. Yes.
Yeah. So you did see how chaotic that final fight is. It's
yes.
Like you jump in the water, you jump back on the land, everything goes dark. You have to find your way to this.
The trap, like, the trap in the darkness.
Yeah, the light thing.
That was a really cool mechanic, though. But oh my goodness, if you get turned around, because like if you're targeted and you have to guide him over the trap, and you're like, "Where's the trap? Where's the trap? Oh my goodness, where's the trap? Where's the trap?" Because you can hear him too, because like you can see his eyes through the mist, and you can hear the steps getting louder and louder, and you know if he gets to you, he's just gonna rip you apart. Good times.
And like the entire March of Sacrifices, I think, became my favorite dungeon in the game because it's so dynamic. Not just the mechanics, but the dungeon environmentally itself. You go into a boss fight, and like people start falling from the sky. You know, there's fire everywhere. There are lurchers, werewolves, wolves, all kind of creatures. They ambush you, which was great. Did you notice that?
Yeah. Did you also get the werewolf? Help me out here. The slash werewolf, the emote that you turn into a werewolf.
Oh, hold on. I don't know actually. Hold on.
You had to do something special in the dungeon. If you didn't, I'll tell you during my tales. Hold on.
Yeah, I don't think we've done it.
Hold on.
Yeah, I don't have it. Is it a memento?
No, it's not a memento. Hold on, let me find it here. Where is Wolf Hunter?
Like, where is it in my collectibles?
If you go under an achievement, it's called the Great Idric Hunt, and it is a memento. It's Werewolf Behemoth Sigil.
Ah, okay, hold on.
Yeah.
Werewolf. Why don't I see it?
It's under Wolf Hunter.
Oh, there we
general.
go.
Yeah,
I see it.
I'll talk about it during.
You didn't get it.
I'll talk about it during my tales because it's actually not something you would get through the normal course of the dungeon. You have to go out of your way in order to get it.
Oh, yeah, we didn't do it. We just went straight with the heavy DPS, and
it is by no means, you will not, if you follow the track all the way through, you actually have to go off the beaten trail to get it. The normal, almost every other achievement, you know how those work. They're normally along the course of the path of the dungeon. This one is not.
Yep. Okay, we have to go back now. I mean, we are going to go back with hopefully 3 DPS, 1 tank this time. And I am actually leveling another, leveled actually. This is level 49. So for the first time in my Elder Scrolls Online history, I actually sat down and leveled another character other than a Dragon Knight.
What?
Which is a warden.
A Sexplar? Did I hear Sexplar?
No, it's a warden. No, it's a warden. What? We actually want to do difficult content without a healer. Why?
Well, then of course you want a Sexplar.
No, I saw your Sexplar on stream. You just kept dying. You can't even keep yourself alive, let alone other people.
Fair enough.
Yeah. So my idea was obviously
I just found a quest that I've never done before in Greenshade. Wow, this is weird.
Well, there you go. Just go do it then.
I'm going to.
Yeah, dude.
I'm going to.
Well, just do it.
I'm doing it.
Do it faster.
Do it faster. I have to help some wood elf find a wasp. I don't really know what's going on here. This is kind of weird.
If you kill the wood elf, you don't have to find the wasp.
This is true.
Everything is solved.
This is very true. We should definitely kill the wood elf. Yeah. Oh, can I back up 1 second since you're talking about March of Sacrifice? Yeah. Do you not just love it how the orc is dissing her scene right at the beginning, where he's like, "Someone has to bring me the heart of the Idric in order to receive my boon." He's like, "Yeah. We heard it all before, you walking flank steak." and the Bosmer's like, "How dare you insult the huntsman in his own realm?" He's like, "What are you gonna do about it, Leaf Eater?" I love that part.
Like ever since Somerset, I'm growing to love the orcs a lot.
I'm liking the orcs
like
a
there's
lot.
there's this, you know,
Yep.
attraction towards them with the elf punching, you know.
The elf punching did it for me at that point. I almost considered a race change on my main. I'm like, huh. I sort of feel like I have to. Kit the Traveler, hello. If you don't know who Kit the Traveler is and you play Guild Wars 2, shame on you. Definitely check her out, Kit the Traveler. Just Google her because she does this awesome thing within Guild Wars 2 where her little roleplay story is that she's descendant of...
Oh.
I can't remember his name, but it's someone, Nicholas the Traveler, and she sends gifts to people within Guild Wars 2. Check it out. It's freaking awesome. There you go. All right, continue, Ark. Sorry. We're getting all these awesome people online. It's pretty cool.
So yeah, March of Sacrifices, it became my favorite dungeon so far because you get, like, in what other dungeon you get ambushed? If you are actually fighting this like trash pool, right? And I'm up front because I'm a tank and I'm up front and I'm like, I turn my camera around and there's creatures coming from behind, left, right, from the woods in the dungeon and attacking the DPS behind me. And I was like, oh, wow, what the hell's going on? Like, and I start chaining them and I run back, but it's a very great dungeon. And again, in what other dungeon does people rain from the sky? So
this is well, yeah, that's true. Yeah, people do fall from the sky in that dungeon. It's fascinating to say the least. All right.
So anyway, that brought me to. No, I'm not done.
I know. Just what I said. All right. I know. I'm excited. You're tired. I get it. I know.
So that brought me to, starting to level a warden, which I did, level 49. It's the first character I leveled since... Actually, no, not first. I did level a roleplay character on North American Mega Server. It's a Sork.
Didn't you kill it?
But, yeah, so this is... No.
Oh.
Why would I kill... I mean, in roleplay, in ESO roleplay, my main character is dead, Arkhaniir Silvershield.
Ah, because he wasn't a sex
he died.
He was running an inferior build and wasn't a sex plot.
It was a roleplay event. There are no sex plots.
I had to. You left it open.
Yeah. And I gotta say, Warden, man, it's fun to play. I don't know why. I mean, I know why I never did this because I'm lazy. No. But it is so much fun.
Why is it fun? I can't get into them at all. I can't, and I don't know why.
I thought I wouldn't too, but Dragon Knights, they are slow.
Yeah.
In everything, Dragon Knights are slow. Wardens, on the contrary, they are fast. Like the skills, you get a bunch of spammable range skills. You get a bunch of heals, you get a bunch of defense skills, AoEs, all kind of... It's a very fun class, actually. Like, I'm really enjoying it, because I can actually manipulate the area, especially in Battlegrounds, even as a lobby. I could manipulate the fight very easily, because, like, your crowd control is there, multiple crowd controls, and then there are massive healings, massive buffs. It's a crazy class. Like, I just jump into 4 versus 1 and I can actually stay alive longer than my Dragon Knight tank without proper gear. Now, this is below level 50 at the moment, so I don't know how things are going to be when I hit the champion ranks with this character in PvP, but at the moment, 4 versus 1, even I can still stay alive, especially because of that skill that heals you for 4k health every time you do a heavy attack.
Oh.
And then there's there are skills that apply lifesteal, AoE heals, ultimate heal. This has to be one of the most versatile classes in the game. Because the defense is there, the damage is there, and the healing is there, so yeah.
Well, I mean, they made all the other 4 classes fit an archetype, right? The DK was a tank. That would make sense why it was slow. Like, even its passives, all of its passives are very tankish. Templars, more healing. Nightblade's physical, and Sork is magical. But the Templar was one, or the Warden was one that they were able to kind of just go their own route with, I guess, is the best way I can think of it. It's just like, hey, we're going to do something completely different. Let's see what happens. My Khajiit right here.
The main problem with the Warden is resource regeneration, though. It's bad.
As bad as the
getting
Templar?
Resources. It might be. There are no skills whatsoever that, like, there is only a Netch jelly. Ball Netch. That gives you that's the only skill that gives resources back. And it returns 4k stamina over 27 seconds.
I mean, I'm not going to lie. Most Templar doesn't have anything that really... Well, Repentance is about the only thing that restores a lot of resources.
What about your runes and everything? I think you get a rune that doesn't give you
Magicka.
Something.
Yeah, you're right. Channeled could give you Magicka back by standing in it, but it's a slow thing too, because it's over the life of the rune, and you have to stand in it in order to get it to do its thing.
So Repentance is like insta return, right? It's just
as long as there's dead bodies.
Yeah,
it's sick.
See, there's nothing like that for Warden. No insta return, and it's only 4k either 4k magic or 4k stamina over 27 seconds. So I keep finding myself running out of resources. So I have to figure that one out in PvE when I start actually tanking with this. So I need to find a set that maybe Black Rose, just get that resources back, might help. But I don't know. I'll figure it out. But in leveling this, I started doing a lot of dungeons, which we did with Isha actually on European Mega Server.
Oh.
So yeah, we ran a bunch of random normals, which is great experience, and we kind of did like unofficial Silvershield activity.
Nice.
In that regard, nice. It was fun. It was fun. So I'm looking forward to do it more.
Yeah.
And one final thing about my Warden, I'm calling it the kill steals of the arrow shooting Ice Ranger, because it's so easy to kill steal in battlegrounds with this. Like, I'm playing a bow as well, by the way. Like, one sword and board plus bow at the moment, because I'm leveling and bow was easy. And it's just so easy to kill steal. I am shamelessly doing it now. It's like every round I see some low health guy and I just smack him with the snipe, followed by that dive, the one that sends a cliff racer, and he's dead.
Yeah. And
I turn around, I do the same to another person, and people actually started kill stealing my kill steals. Like the game legit says, like, I'm trying to kill steal someone, and they actually managed to keep their kill, and the game says the whatever team stole your kill. Like, the game recognizes that they are now my kills, even though they did all the job. They are now my kills, and if they actually get the kill, it's them that are doing the kill stealing. So I've been recognized as this by the game code, whoever wrote it, and I'm happy with that. And I am not ashamed. This is how you win. In battlegrounds battle, you must resort to ugly solutions.
Yeah, I feel almost kind of bad now because I killed a mammoth and got polished ivory, a small housing item.
Oh.
I feel like a poacher now because...
Yeah, I guess you are.
Yeah, it makes me kind of a terrible person. I'm just like, oh, I should probably delete this just because it's awful. Now I got cat hair in my nose. Oh.
I
have someone ask more Templar.
That's never fun.
No, it's not. And she's sitting here on my lap all smug. Like, every time I try to remove her, she's right back anyway. I can't do anything. Anyway. Awesome. What else you got for us?
Yeah. That was
it. All right. Okay. So I did not get to do hardly any Midyear Mayhem.
You go on it. I'm gonna grab the AC.
Oh yeah, go for it.
Quick.
I did not get to do any Midyear Mayhem, and I was very upset because it's one of my favorite, absolutely favorite events within the game. But I was so busy that I was not able to. I think I got all of like an hour of playtime in. And during Midyear Mayhem, I'll tell you what, I freaking hated the amount of stamps orcs, mage sorks. That's all there was in Battlegrounds. I only got an hour, and I swear the entire other team was like 4 mage sorks. And the worst part was the game I got was the capture or the crazy flag or crazy king or whatever it is.
Crazy king.
Yeah, so they cap port. That's all they did. They didn't even stand the fight. Just cap port.
Yeah.
I got so frustrated. I was like, no. I'm tired of this. Yeah, it kind of sucked. I did, however, I did 2 things. Well, I signed in and I did a very small stream one night where what I was doing was I decided I was going to try to solo the new dungeons just on normal.
Oh. Yeah. Even on normal, that's an undertaking.
I didn't really have too much issue, and the sad part is I only tried one. Okay, so I tried March of Sacrifice. Can you see where this is going to go wrong? I pulled all the trash. I died on the very first pool. But I wasn't really paying attention. I just sort of assumed it was going to be fairly easy like some of the other bosses were. So I was like, yeah, whatever. My bad. I was like, I get it. Even on normal, these are the DLC dungeons. They're significantly harder. All right, I get it.
Yep.
Took it a little bit more seriously. Got him down. Not a problem. All the way through. Got him down. Not a problem. I then get up to the very first boss. The Weird Sisters. That's where I ran into issues. You have to separate them.
That makes sense.
Yeah. You have to separate them. So that is pretty much exactly where I was like, well, I guess this is the end of this. Cruisewood. I like Cruisewood. So I did that. And then what I did today was actually, for those who are just watching now, I did a good bit of streaming earlier today where what I was doing was the new March of Sacrifice. Yeah, March of Sacrifice. Is that what it's called? March of, I don't know why I questioned myself. March of Sacrifices. And I ran with... hello. Yes, hop off the couch so I don't have... Anyway. I ran with one of our guild mates. She's awesome. Awesome tank. Dragon Knight tank. Since, my Dragon Knight tank went to the EU server. So, anyway, so I had to replace you. So she came with, but she healed this one. So she healed, and we pugged it, and we decided we were going to do vet. I've never done it before. I'm like, you want to do it normal? Nah, let's do vet.
Where's the fun in normal?
Exactly. I'm like, we're just going. Let's do this. This is the fun. So we hop in. We get a dungeon queue pretty quick because she's healing and I'm DPSing. So it was good. And hopped in. How's everyone doing? Doing good tonight? Awesome. Because I was still excited. Because I'm hyper. Few people are like, oh, hey, how you doing? That's cool. It's cool. Tank leaves group. Apparently, he must have been doing just the random vet dungeon or whatever, and definitely did not want to do veteran March of Sacrifices.
Yeah.
That night.
I can understand why though.
No,
you just want to get in 20-minute dungeon time.
Yeah. No, this was much longer than 20 minutes. In fact, I don't even... What time did I start streaming? I think I started at 7? And I think I got done somewhere around 9:20, 9:30 because I remember sitting there after Belle and I were done, because we stayed in the dungeon, and I was like, do I have enough time for the other one? Because she's like, I've done them both, and March is easier than the other one. The Moon Keep or whatever. Apparently that one's easier.
Oh.
So I'm
Wait, which one? March
is easier than Moonkeep from what I was told by her.
Okay.
And again, I hadn't done it before, but I was going in blind. It was cool. I enjoyed it. Tank left. So we hopped down and we decided, well, we'll clear up to the boss. We can do that between 3 of us. So we did. And we got another tank in. And the tank's like, obviously, when you see 3 people at the first boss and a tank's pulled in, his first thought was, oh, my goodness, what happened? Like, literally, that's what he said. And we're like, nothing, really. The tank left as soon as we got here. He was kind of done with all of this, I guess. He didn't want anything to do with it. So we just cleared to the boss. He's like, oh, all right, not a big deal. We'll go in. So we go in. And we get to the first boss, which is, if I remember, the Weird Sisters. I think we wipe once on it. Okay, not a big deal.
That's normal on a new dungeon.
Yeah, considering I was going in it blind completely. Like I didn't look anything up. I didn't do it. Ooh, I got a sword of the Red Mountain in. What style is that? And it's precise. Ashlander. Shadow of the Red Mountain. Average cost, 41,000 gold.
Oh, yeah. How do you get these?
Well, I just made some money.
What were you doing?
All I did was kill the boss in the one dungeon, and it dropped in the public dungeon, and it was purple and precise. So, Daddy just got some money.
I want one as well.
I want one. I want one. I want one. Anyway.
I did so much Midyear Mayhem and didn't make any money out of it. I'm so upset.
I didn't do any. I'm so upset. Anyway. Okay, where was I? Oh, okay. So we get up the weird sisters. We died once. All right, not a big deal. So we went back in and then we downed it. Wasn't a big deal. So I'm reading the books. That's kind of one of the reasons why I wanted to go with people I knew, was because, the first time I do dungeons, I like to read the books. I like to see what's going on. Well, I read the first book, and by the time I realized it, people were already pulling. They were ahead of me, and I thought I could catch up. Well, by the time I caught up, and actually, no, this is perfect. This is perfect, because this is where Belle tells me a little bit about that the Grand Werewolf sigil, the memento that turns you into a werewolf. This is something that is 100% random. Or not random. I shouldn't say that. 100% off the track. I don't know why I said random. I apologize. That is not random. It actually does have a set line. But this is what you have to do. I'm going to pull it up here on the map if I can actually do this. Green shade. I don't know. I just want to port into the green shade map. Oh, wait. Hold on. Houses, locations, filters, keys. I don't know if I'm going to be able to do it now. Ah, crap. Anyway, because I wanted to show you the map, but I don't want to port in. I just want to look at the map. Anyway. All right. So after the first boss, you know where those 3 huts are? There's 3 huts. 3 little cottages. Anyway, so there's 3 cottages. What you have to do is while you run behind one of the cottages, one of the plants is going to glow. Okay? It just glows.
Okay.
Ever so faintly. If you walk up to that plant, you can now inspect that plant. And out of the plant comes one of those little pixie things or whatever. And you follow it. And what it does is it leads you to one of these spots, all right, in the forest that it's just out of the way. You can actually see them on the map. They look like round circles, like almost like marshlands, but they're round, and you can tell there's land in this somewhat circular area with water around it. When you get in there, you actually have to follow the wisp, and the wisp leads you there. And when you get there, the wisp is like, okay, it's time to hunt. And you have to hunt the Idrik the same way you did the boss, okay? Remember how the boss would go into hiding and you had to let the wisp run around and try to get it? It does one of those. So while you're in there, you have to not get hit, because if you get hit, you're getting thrown up in the air. It's the same mechanics as the hunting phase of the Imric, or in the other one. But you have to chase it around while all these spirit Imrics are running all over the place. So you can't get hit. Lightning's falling from the ground, or from the sky. Can't get hit there. And then when you finally do get to it, it finds a golden one, and you have to kill it before it disappears. So you only have a few minutes.
Oh, that is so cool. Though.
You have to do it 3 times.
Oh.
There's 3 different wisps. I only know where the first one is, and it's behind the house. I really don't know from there. Lightning from the ground. Don't you... Haven't you heard that theory where lightning actually starts from the ground first?
It's the new lightning method.
Yeah, it's like, not the sky. It's the ground first. And then it just kind of connects. It's not from the sky. It's the ground. Get it right. All right? Anyway. But yeah, that you have to find these random wisp, okay? These random wisp that... I shouldn't say random. I say random thinking, but it's not random. But you have to find all 3 of them wherever they're at in the zone. I only know where the one is. Trace them to this hunting ground, and then find and kill this thing before it disappears. Each one is just slightly harder than the last to get. It took me 2 or 3 attempts to do the one. Now, the people in the dungeon, like I said, these are completely out of the way. Like, this is not something you're going to, oh, it's right there. No, it's not right there. It is halfway across the world, okay? Like, it's not just right there. So if you want to get these, you're going to have to find a group who's willing to actually do them with you. So yeah, keep that in mind. So that was pretty fun. But then we get to the second boss, which is, oh my goodness, just the tree one who summons more of these tangle thorns, and you have to kill him and stand in the light so she doesn't kill you.
Yeah, the Spriggan.
Yeah, she summons archers. Anyway.
Yep.
Oh my goodness, we were there forever. DPS wasn't killing the archers. Tank was colorblind, so he couldn't really tell where he was standing.
That's actually, see, that's a design issue with the game then.
No, it definitely is. They World of Warcraft had this. I remember back in Wrath of the Lich King, before they did projected textures. We had a colorblind feral druid with us, and we were doing the Lich King hard mode stuff. And we had gotten every hard mode down in that raid except for the Lich King, because he put these little shadow circles on the ground that were very hard. He couldn't see him. He died. But the problem was, on the hard mode, if anyone died, you all died.
Oh.
We actually had to 9-man the thing. At the beginning of the fight.
What's the projected textures?
Projected texture is textures? It's weird. It's kind of like a 3D graphic above. So whenever these things, it's neat how they do it. But if you're not colorblind, it looks awful. Don't do it. But if you're colorblind,
I mean, as an option though, like in the settings, for example, it's a good thing to have.
Yeah, no, it's pretty nice, but we actually made him jump off the platform and die before we started the fight. Like, before the shadow phases started, we're pushing phase 2. Go kill yourself. Because he couldn't see it. It wasn't his fault. He literally could not see it.
Yeah, I mean...
And every single time he got hit because he couldn't see him. So we just had to dude, you gotta... If we're gonna ever get this done, you just need to die. Kind of sad. We did eventually get it, but he had to die to do it. And then we were a DPS down the entire time as well, which also made it really sucky. Anyway, all right. So we were there for a while. Tank gets fed up and goes, screw it, I'm leaving. Or, no, he didn't. Hey, guys, sorry, I gotta go. Work's calling.
Okay, I mean, at least he said something.
No. He said something, yeah, but... no. The likelihood that was true, I would be surprised. I think it was just the fact that he was like, no, I'm done with this. We've wiped 20 times already. No, we're done.
Like if the wipes happens because like you really die, you know, it's not that you don't do what you're supposed to do, but you do what you're supposed to do, but it's just not enough and you die, then I'm okay. But I did leave a dungeon the day we did March of Sacrifices. Like everybody left and I was like, okay, I'm gonna try Moonhunter Keep as well, and I'm gonna do it on normal, you know, not to make things difficult. I ran with a pug group that on normal could not kill bosses, and they were all champion points. It was like,
how is that possible? I can solo normals.
See that they don't kill healers, like boss healers.
Okay, all right.
Mind you, not just trash balls. They don't kill healers. All bosses that we fought in that dungeon has this one-shot kill mechanic. So basically, you have to run to the boss and bash him, right? You know, the classic. Yeah. If you don't bash him, I am dead kind of thing. Yep. They never bashed, not a single time. Even after I tried to explain to them, it's like they just never bashed. So I just kept dying as a tank. It's like there are these Spriggans that heal this Lurcher boss.
Yeah.
And same. Like the boss gets healed from these Spriggans, and I'm telling them in chat, I am running the boss to the Spriggans to get them kill them so we can actually, you know, start taking the boss down. But it's just they don't do it. Even after I pulled the boss to the like Spriggans.
Yeah.
It's still one of them only started attacking.
Trying to trick them, like, yeah, look, it's all here. Just do, please use some AOE, anything, yeah.
Like I eventually just left, you know, because I tried to explain to them. Like I was like, okay, you guys, you have to do this, you know, you have to bash the boss when he does this, and they never replied either. So, like I was okay, you know, I'm not gonna torture myself with this.
Oh yeah, that would be rough.
But that's what I'm saying. Like if they replied and they were like, okay, we are trying, but it's, you know, we have low DPS, you know, yeah. I mean, I understand if someone has low DPS and can't handle it, you know, because not everyone has a full crafter, not everyone has a guild that crafts them stuff, or they don't know the content creators that can get them builds.
Yeah.
I can understand that, but if after I try to explain you something and you still don't reply and don't do it, then I'm just gonna leave. I don't care.
Oh, we gotta halt the presses here. Isha's here. Hello, Isha.
Yo, welcome back.
Welcome back. She said I'm late because I didn't get the notification. Fair enough. Fair enough. I just got done saying how if Isha's not here, I start to get worried because she's always here for all of our shows. Because Isha's awesome like that. Yeah. No, I understand that one. We gotta move on though, because we're almost at an hour and we haven't even hit the news yet. So I'm gonna go quickly over this next little bit. So this will be a slightly longer show than our hour format, despite the fact we said, hey, it's only gonna be an hour going forward, because we want to get this stuff out. With that being said, yeah, we were doing the dungeon. Make a long story short, each boss was awful. The new tank was terrible. Like Bell was like, I'm healing, but he's not even blocking when attacks are happening. During the Idrik fight, you know how she does the cast with the lightning, and all you have to do is bash it. All you have to do is bash. Just once. He's standing there. Just... while it's casting. It's like, seriously, we're trying to take care of the archers. We're trying to take care of all these things that are killing people, and you're just going to sit there and just stare at it? And I'm like, you gotta bash it. I'm like, this is my first time, and I even know you gotta bash it, you know?
I don't know how people don't like.
It's basic mechanics, not learning basic mechanics. They don't realize the red little spark effect means it's an interruptible spell, and they just stand there. I'm like, you gotta bash it. You gotta, and I was bashing every single one. Belle was bashing when she was there. If for whatever reason I was dead, you know, if I was trying to get somebody up or I got stuck in one of the traps, and then, you know, no one got me out, I doubt, whatever the case may be, if we weren't there to bash it, the tank just let it go. And then it killed everyone eventually because obviously it's insanity, right? So, oh, a named boss. Nice.
Oh, nice. I've been getting a lot of them lately. Then again, I've been doing a lot of dolmens lately. So
yeah. Is it really a lot of them, or is it just you're doing a lot of dolmens so you have a normally high percentage? One of the best places for the bosses is actually Cyrodiil.
Oh.
Cyrodiil has one of the highest ratings for summoning rare bosses. And the boss, I didn't know that. The only other thing is they can summon bosses from, like, every zone only has a handful of bosses that will come from it. Did you know that?
Oh, no.
Yeah,
actually,
so, like, if you're doing that Daedric General thing where you want to kill them all, out of that list, each one has a set zone that they'll, well, a set faction or zone or whatever that they'll actually spawn at. Unless it's Cyrodiil, where it's everyone. So... yeah, no.
That makes sense.
We finally did, after forever, get that down. Then we got up, and finally the last boss, like you said, that was jumping around with the lightning and everything like that, and then the poison. So it's the water gets electrified, so you stand on the land. Then he gets poison, or on the land, so you got to stay in the water. Fairly simple concept, you would think. No. Again, the tank is just standing there. Like, the thing's doing Venom Claw, and he's like, okay, I'll block now. It's like, at least you're blocking. Thank goodness for that. But it's such a huge animation. You know what I'm talking about when he's like, it's a huge animation. It's a big circle that fills up. All he would have had to do was just walk backwards out of the circle and avoid all, because he doesn't follow you when he's casting it.
Yeah, he stays still.
Yeah, you just walk backwards out of it. Nope, that wasn't happening. Not with this tank. We got it down.
Not on my watch.
Not on my watch. I need water after that. No, not with that tank. Anyway, we got it down. And then I was like, well, do I have enough time to do the other one? I'm like, no, I don't. So we did Battlegrounds instead, and it was Crazy King, and it was freaking awesome because we rocked face. Like, we legitly rocked. Belle and I just killed everything. She's healing behind me, following me around. I'm dropping Ritual Retribution, keeping anyone who tries to get in, they're getting snared, damage. We have extra heals because that gives major mending. Oh, it was fantastic. Yeah, we crushed. We just absolutely crushed that round. So that was really cool. So and I also got, and this is something I can show off, because is it under outfit? Yeah, outfit, hands. I got one of the specialty items. The signature, the Fire Drake gauntlets. Yeah.
They drop a lot too, so I'm happy with that. Like they didn't make it so rare that you have to do hundreds of battlegrounds. They actually drop pretty.
Well, they do,
often.
but they say odds of acquiring it favor to the victor. So it could drop out of any box, but if you're a victor, you have a much higher chance as that team in order to get it. So
that makes sense.
Yeah, no, that works.
Yeah. I mean, you got to reward the winner somehow.
Yeah. But I got the Fire Drake one, so I was pretty excited about that. I just need to get the other two. So, all right, that's going to be the end of our tales. Let's quickly go over the news that we have real quick.
Right. So, they released the Midyear Mayhem breakdown, which is the data of what we did. So, I'm just going to go over this quickly.
Yeah.
50,629 Fire Drake wins, and 2.8 million objectives captured. This is Battlegrounds.
Okay.
247,000 Chaos Balls drop. Most brutal battleground was Foyada Quarry, and 8,973,957 combatants killed in Battleground. So he killed like 9 million people overall. And in Alliance Wars, 700,000 keeps and resources captured, 2,500 Elder Scrolls stolen. So apparently we have like a lot of Elder Scrolls in ESO. It's just there everywhere.
Yeah, right.
7.5 million warriors killed in Cyrodiil. Deadliest keep was apparently Fort Aleswell, which I actually assumed it would be Alessia, Castle Alessia.
Yeah.
Because of that bridge farm, but apparently it's Aleswell.
Okay.
3.37 million siege weapons deployed, and Imperial City, 356 million Telvar stones gathered. 356 million, Aggelos.
I wonder how many of those were lost. Like, how many of the... Like, I know they say gathered, but it would be a more interesting stat if they showed... because
actually, hold on. It says pilfered.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
So, what is pilfered? I assume it would be gathered, but is it
pilfered?
Maybe that...
Well, no. If they're just referring to it as that, pilfered would mean stolen, but... I'm just curious how much it would be... I wonder if this is... You know, because if you get 100 and you die, they take half.
Yeah.
Well, actually, no, you lose half. Yeah. And that gets split. So I guess that it doesn't disappear. I thought they disappeared some, so I guess that makes sense. Okay. That works.
Like, I wonder if this is actually 3.56 million stolen from other players who got killed.
That would make sense, because pilfer does mean steal. So that would make sense, since you get Telvar stones from PvE mostly, and then you kill and get them. That, you know. Okay.
So 245,000 Imperial City District captured, 16 million plus Daedra destroyed, and 493,000 players killed in Imperial City. And strangely, this number is like even. There are no, like, it's legit 493,000.
Huh.
That's it. So how, like, this...
After that last one dropped, everyone's like, no one kill anymore. Done. We're out.
Like, every other number that I've been mentioning, it has, like... 245,616, but that's just it. 493,000. Anyway, so this is the Midyear Mayhem breakdown. Now, we got an important piece of news. Apparently, the one of the writers in VG 24/7 got a chance to talk to Rich Lambert, or was in the gameplay presentation, and Rich Lambert just said this to everyone, but whatever. Apparently, they are going to be, with Murkmire, they are going to be bringing music boxes for housing, which will be able to play the in-game music, and more music composed by Brad Derrick with Murkmire.
That's awesome. So, a lot of other MMOs have that. World of Warcraft had one in the Garrison that when you went in, it had like this little jukebox that you could switch. You could actually find the music and put it in it and listen to it. So like, I always had the Silver Moon theme because I was a blood elf. So like, whenever I entered it, because normally it was the orc one when you first get in, but I'm like, I'm not an orc, so I got to put my home city theme, and that was really cool. Final Fantasy 14 had it too. I think there was a whole bunch of other ones. I think WildStar had something similar to that. So that's actually really awesome to see these music boxes. So we'll be able to find our favorite tracks and have them playing in our houses. That is really cool.
Now, how do you think they will do the music box? Like, lore-wise, I assume they're just going to say, "Oh,
Dwemer.
This is just this new." Oh, Dwemer. Actually,
remember, they have all their sound devices. It's a Dwemer music box.
Yeah, that makes sense. I was thinking like, hey, this is a magic crystals that
could also
music,
be it.
Which would have been very. Yeah, but that would be. I wouldn't like it. Now, my only problem with the music boxes.
Okay.
Give us bards. not a music box that plays instruments that does not exist in the universe of Elder Scrolls Online, or rather Elder Scrolls. Like, there are no symphony orchestras in Elder Scrolls that can play that orchestral soundtrack music.
Yeah.
So if you come into my house and you are listening to the epic score of the main theme of Elder Scrolls Online, what is going on? Like, I mean, what kind of dead trickery is that? So I wish instead of giving us music boxes, they gave us bards that would play the normal in-game bard musics as a normal person with the instrument in their hand. And then you could maybe like change the instrument of the bard or whatever, maybe give bards more songs, like instead of, I don't know.
I like that.
I want to be able to populate the houses
instead
of just, you go into your house, like whatever manor, and it's just empty.
Yeah.
And it's sad. Like, I have this massive house fully decorated, and like there are no one in it.
It should just be it would be awesome if it was just music instruments that they gave you. And your other characters, like that's something I still wish they would do. Your other characters would roam your house and you could designate your other characters to be a bard. I think that would have been...
Oh, that would be lovely as well.
Yeah.
That would have been lovely as well.
Because then you could make them look like whatever you want because they're your characters. Yeah. So, yeah, I agree.
But yeah, I mean, overall, I am happy with the music boxes, obviously.
Yeah.
That's great, but... like, maybe a bard as well with the music boxes that we can put into our house. Right. That would be a lot more lore-friendly than a Dwemer box that plays very strange music.
Right. And I think we have a video to show, don't we? I think we do.
We have what? You cut out.
Don't we have a video to show?
Oh, yeah, if you want to.
Yeah, hold on.
That's the Murkmire trailer.
Hold on. Let me just bring this.
I kind of butchered your fun. I don't know.
Yeah, it's okay.
I don't know if you were planning it as a, like, thing.
Nope.
I mean, it's not a new thing, though. It's from last week, actually. It's from QuakeCon, but we didn't show it last week, so I dropped it in the show notes in case if Aggelos wants to show it.
Well, we're going to show it. Starting now. That's definitely really, really cool. All right, I'll move that out of the way now.
Did you see the Arkhanirs that play with the beach?
Yeah, I did.
Kind of looking thing.
I did. That was really cool. And as Kit the Traveler says, this is actually going to be the next content patch that's coming out in 3 months, the next quarter. So I say 3 months, but next quarter. That's our upcoming one. It's Murkmire, which was actually teased for us all the way back at QuakeCon 2014, I think. And we're now finally going to get it.
The first ESO QuakeCon.
Yep. So that's really exciting. I'm really excited to see Murkmire. And I'm actually really sad Thais doesn't play because she would be all over Murkmire. Like, legitly all over Murkmire. But... hey, that's coming out soon. And again, we're also seeing, like you said, the music boxes, which are coming, which is a nice little feature as well. And I'm sure those of us who enjoy our housing-related stuff are probably like, awesome. Because we know things like this can exist because we already have something like that now, which is the Augur of the Obscure, who can sit in your house and talk to you, which is freaking awesome. That's another thing I did when I went into Belle's house. I always go into her house and click the Augur of the Obscure because it's right next to the door, and he talks to me, and he's like, "Wait, where are we? Is this your house?" You said there were, are there any trolls? You said there would be trolls. I came for trolls. And I'm like, yep, nope. This is the augur, and he is awesome, and I love him. So he is worth doing all the side stuff for, just to get him as a housing item, because he is the best housing item you will ever get, the Augur of the Obscure. Yeah. All right.
Yeah, that will be the only reason I do it as well. If I do it.
No, you have to do it.
At the moment, I'm just too lazy.
No. Stop whatever you're doing and go get that Augur. You just have to do the.
In time.
You just have to do the stupid, the side quest, which is going out and locking everything and whatnot. And this.
Yeah, that's the most troublesome part.
I know it is, but it's worth it for the Augur. And the sad part is, we already talked about this when we did our spoiler, but I said it's a bad quest. It's not. It's just, it would have been better if it was a single quest line, just like one quest telling the story, and it was condensed. When they spread it out to kind of fill in leveling up that skill by going out and doing closing the rifts, it just drug out what would have been a mediocre to okay story, just made it a bad story because it was that drug out. So, yeah. All right, Ark. I think that's going to be the end of our show. It's going to be just a tad longer than what we normally do, but going forward. But with that being said, Ark, where can people find you?
You can find me anywhere, Arkhaniir, that is ARKHANIIR. I am on Twitch streaming regularly, as much as real life allows me, twitch.tv/Arkhaniir. I am on Twitter, twitter.com/Arkhaniir. You can contact me at arkhaniir@gmail.com, and that's about it.
There you go. Well, you can follow me on Twitter at Aggelos, AGGELOS_DCN. And of course, if you're interested in joining us in the North American PC Mega server, you can check out our guild, Hands of Fate. We are a PVX guild based on the North American PC Data Center. And we have scheduled events almost every single night that you can get into for the game, including pledge groups, trials, sky shard hunts, PvP, all the fun little stuff. And another little special thing that we do is each and every month we award participation to people for doing the events with the guild, playing the game. And we do a little raffle and give away something from the Crown Store to people within the guild for just doing events within the guild. So if that's something you're interested in, you can send me a message in-game at Aggelos, AGGELOS, and we'll toss you a guild invite. There you go. Also, you can follow everything we do over at DungeonCrawlerNetwork.com, where you can see all of our other podcasts as well. There you can find links to all of our social media, including Twitch, YouTube, Twitter, and Facebook. You can also check out our Patreon at patreon.com/DungeonCrawlerNetwork, where you can help support the show. You can also help support the show by leaving us a 5-star review on iTunes, so people know that we are a real podcast, that we say real words, and sometimes they matter. Thank you so much for joining us on this episode of Tales of Tamriel, and we'll see you next time. See you later, everybody.
Have a great night.
When Akatosh slew Lorcan, he ripped his heart right out. He hurled it across Tamriel, and the heart was heard to shout, red diamond, the heart and soul of men. Red diamond, protect us till the end. The laughing heart sprayed blood afar, a gout on Seer it fell, and like a dart shot to its mark, down in an alien well. Magicka fused the Lorcan blood to crystal red and strong. Then wild elves cut and polished it down to Chimel at a ball. Red diamond, the heart and soul of men. Red diamond, protect us till the end. When elves lost Nirn to men, Akatosh gave the stone to to Saint Alesh in token of her right to sit the throne. Red diamond, the heart and soul of men. Red diamond, protect us till the end. Red diamond, protect us till